Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is a new moon reading in Scorpio, which is happening today, November 4th. As always, thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, tap the button, hit the bell. For a personal reading, that information is in the link below. I want to start out, disclaimer, I'm not an astrologer. I do extensive work, and then I bring it out for you when it comes to new moon and full moons and things like that. So, some of the things we're going to start out with, new moons are about intention settings and working with some crystals. So there's quite a bit of crystals I have. Work with whatever crystal that you want to work with. I do have labradorite and I have moonstone, which I'm wearing, along with obsidian. I have citrine, clear quartz, and amethyst, along with carnelian, and I do also use rose quartz for the heart opening. Now, one of my favorite stones to work with, which I did last night, is Moldavite. So I grabbed my Moldavite last night. This is very transformative stone. It's a tektite. And this here is linked with ETs, so there's a lot that goes with that. You may want to look up what Moldavite is, and if you're drawn to working with it, I highly suggest it. It literally, it's like a tower moment. It takes things and it shakes you up and it helps you see things. It's a heart opener, so it's really going within the heart. I worked with it last night, and boy, let me tell you, new moons actually kick my butt. I'm at sign Cancer, and full moons, I'm like, woo! And when it comes to new moons are, I don't know what happens with me in new moons, but new moons really, I go into child pose and cry and release. And there were some things that came up for me last night when it came to self-worth and value and my own belief systems. When it comes to, say, building my channel or even stopping smoking. So there's some things that need to transform right now, even within myself. Even though I know some things are unhealthy, why do I keep doing them? What is this fixation that I have with a certain behavior or a certain thought? So again, it is the death card. The death card is about transformation. It's about rising up from the ashes of the dead and really looking at how far we have come and diving in deep. Scorpio is a water sign, and it is all about our deep emotions. It's a perfect time for us to really look at. There's a lot of emotional intensity with this moon. Like I said, I felt it last night. I'm a water sign, so any insecurities that one has will come up, and it's just for you to look at it. You don't want to suppress it and put it back in the shadow. We really want to look at these things. So what is preventing, us from our happiness? What is preventing you from your happiness, be it in relationships or when it comes to your abundance and manifestations? Where is a block? And we really want to look at that right now. So any subconscious emotions is what is asking you to overcome your fears, your doubts, right? And we want to really look at those things. So why? So we can have a fresh start and new beginnings and really transform these energies into having a great time of focusing and breaking free, being yourself and bringing about change. Transformation is about change. Change is inevitable. It happens every day. If you really look at your today from your yesterday or a year ago, how there's been so many shifts that are happening. So how are you going along with these shifts? And this isn't about your outer. Now, here's the thing, is that this is the transformation is not, remember that change is an inside job as much as it is an outer transformation. So whatever you're feeling and believing within yourself, whatever that you're holding is actually coming out within our outer reality. So this is what we are transforming. If I don't like something or my own behavior or thought patterns that pop up and I get triggered, or if something's happening, why is this still here? I want to look at it. I don't want to suppress it. I'm looking to transform these energies. So I become the observer and really look at, all it wants to do is for you to notice it and to look at what fear is still there, was still lingering, right? So we can release these energies. Like I said, working with Moldavite is just prepare yourself if you're working with Moldavite. So new moon is a nudge you need to examine your beliefs, buried feelings, and self-imposed limitations. Not always an easy task, and yet we are being asked to dig deep and aim high. What do you want next in your relationships, money, your soul desire? What's possible? Rising from the ashes with your deep emotions and breaking through those demons into new starts. What's next? what you want to change in your deepest desires. What is this reality that you see for yourself? And what is blocking that is what we want to, what doubts do you have? What anxieties, what worries? Are you in fear? Now let's look at these so we can transform these energies. Some mantras for this under the new moon in Scorpio. I welcome transformation. I am one with the moon. I welcome abundance. I welcome growth. May the energies of this new moon bring about my manifestations. Let's go ahead and start picking some cards. Now, I do have the dark moon out. I have Spellcasting, Moonology, and also the Queen of the Moon. I may or may not go to the book. So we'll see. I know that I will when it comes to... I just want to take one card. When it comes to the dark moon, so the card that comes out is fear. What we're transforming is the fear. What we're transforming is the lie. Whatever that you've been telling yourself when it comes to, fear's false evidence appearing real, right? So what is appearing real for you at this time? And it just happens to be number 11. I'll also be doing the 11/11 reading. So if you're not a subscriber, tap the button, hit the bell. So it says the time for courage is here. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. You must examine whether your fears are old or new, useful or unhelpful. Fear blocks flow. And the mantra for this is, I am courageous. So, there's healthy kind of fear in the street in front of a car. And then there's fear, I'm not good enough. I can't make this happen. I need that. And it's about you really recognizing your own value. So breaking free from those limitations when it comes to the fear card. How is this fear serving me? Is this fear that I'm having, can I be 100% true that this fear is real? And how is this fear keeping me safe, And how can I now bring in new ways of what can I interput in order to transform? This is what we're looking at, the belief systems and how they could be looking you back. And you're giving evidence, well, that fear is real because ... But how is this really keeping you safe? How is this serving you? And you really want to look at these things, right? As we are entering into this new moon, of what needs to change within us, right? Within you, within what is happening here. So let's go ahead and grab one from the Moonology with this new deck. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull that card. A time for healing. I love that. Yep, it's a time for healing. We are healing these old wounds, right? And it's balsamic moon, so it's like the star card or even the Ace of Cups in reverse. So it's a time of healing those emotions, those things that have been holding you back, right? So we are letting go and we're nurturing ourselves, right? At this time, it's asking you, what within you still needs to be resolved, what is unhealed, what trauma are you still hanging on to? It's time to shed a light on that. So new moon is about fresh beginnings. Let's look at how I can nurture and heal myself. How I can love myself. So it's about loving yourself and giving that time while you're going through this transformation, healing anything of the past up until this point and really looking at those things, but letting go of any attachments to the fear and what needs to be healed or looked at, because literally it's releasing the attachment to fear. It's really releasing those old wounds by nurturing them. They just want to be seen so you can let them go and transform these energies as we are in this new moon. Again, Scorpio is all about deep emotions, and this is a very intense time. It was very intense for myself last night. Let's see. We have the card of Fragmentations, number 27. So the card of Fragmentations, this is it's such an eerie deck, but I was drawn to it, and I really want to bring this card out so we can look at it. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and grab the book. When it comes to this card, as you're seeing, she's got a new moon, and here she is, but she's got a chain. As if you can see that, there's like a chain. So she's chained here through this window. She's looking at the window. What is Fragmentations? Is bringing back parts of ourself. Number 27 on the deck is 9 is in completing that. So whatever that has been taken from you is what you're taking back. Within this, it says What this card says, losing a sense of self is a crescendo of noise, and then a descendo of pain, a prelude to nothingness. If I were to cut off my legs, would I still be me? If I were to cut out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh would turn to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dream to fly were to be forced in chains and hanged on like an explained balloon, will I still be me? And then it goes on and says, I cannot even recognize myself through the sobs, through the tears, and when silence finally did this to me, I did maybe not. What is broken can be mended, not so that it returns whole, but at least until it tells his name anew, my name. And who did that to me? I will. So again, when we are letting go of the fears and really bringing healing to those, what we're doing is we're bringing back these fragmentations of ourselves, but in a new way, in a healthy way. So it's like restoring the holes within self, right? So it's about really bringing in these fragmentations and breaking free from the chains that are holding you back, right? She's chained and cannot move forward. So it's a time for you to really recognize what is holding you back. Let's grab a spell cast and let's see what spell wants to come out for this new moon. And we have the card of family, and I do want to say new beginnings, which is perfect here for me. So you're restoring anything that has to do with the family here. The spell casting is about, look at that, we have the new moon and we have a full moon. So this is all about new cycles, really stepping into that. So what is your intent? Is it to see your family as healthy? What is it that you're really wanting to put out there? Some of you want to have a family. So this is about, sometimes you feel as though nobody listens. Let alone understands you. Family members are often too busy to appreciate you, and even surrounded by people, you can feel isolated. In a family, everyone has their own individual personality. It's sometimes hard to gel or agree. A clash is normal in my family before you were born. This was to ensure you had the necessary learning experience, whether positive or negative, you needed in order to grow and develop into the person you came here to be. In fact, your family is your greatest teacher. So you're healing, right, anything that has been that you have experienced with yourself and your family, any belief systems, any things that have been within you that have held you down within you moving forward here. So, and then with the card of new beginning, exactly, which is beautiful, because what happens when we release these traumas, we step into a new gateway, a new door. And this says, a new chapter in your life. You've already noticed changes and challenges and even breakdowns in relationships that have always been familiar to you, both at work or other situations. This is because you're at a turning point in your life and certain factors need to leave before the good stuff can come in. It's been a long, hard slug, but there is glimmer of hope sparkling in the distance. New ideas, successful projects, and golden opportunities await. You have a second chance. Throw caution to the wind and trust in the great mystery as you walk into your future. And it says, for this, it says, the worst is gone. Prepare for change. Letting go may feel strange. Into bulbs, place all hopes and pop them in an envelope. Send to future self post haste. Receive them well, no time to waste. A new door opens to walk through. Seize your chance and see it through. Gratefully, I accept the magic of you, of protection to assist in all that I do. Lend me the courage, build power in me, assist my transcendence, so mo it be. And it's living in present, new opportunities, the situation's being healed. The outcome is far greater than you imagine. You have a chance to reinvent yourself. This is so beautiful. Let's grab a, let's quickly give you, I guess we're not going to pull a tarot. I just want to give you a moon magic card. I'm ready for something bigger and better and brighter. You cannot make this up. So happy new moon. Set your intentions. Work with your crystals. Until next time, love and light.